when I see you at the first time, I don't know that what is your age. You look so younger.
You never ask a lady that.
Oh, okay, no, no.
But I'll text you later on about it.
Yeah, sure, sure, no problem. And you are, ma'am, so humble person. I just
Oh, thank you.
feel it.
That is so nice of you. Thanks a lot. A couple of students or some students that are shy and they're very
Yeah,
self-conscious about their speaking. So when they write or when they answer grammar questions and everything, their performance is really impressive. But when it comes to speaking, they're always questioning themselves and no, I should put the present perfect with it. Nobody cares. Nobody
exactly.
cares. Just speak. You know, like let it out. Indrajit, cool. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. I'm so excited to meet you, ma'am. And thank you for joining me on my
Thank you
YouTube
for
channel, I can
inviting
say.
me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And ma'am, yeah, I know you, but could you please introduce yourself to my viewers?
Sure. So my name is Marwa. Some people know me as Miss English Teacher. That's my Insta name. So I have been teaching for over 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I know I'm old.
No, no, it's
um,
great.
so I'm originally from Tunisia. So I don't know if people are familiar with Tunisia. Tunisia is in the north of Africa, and my mom is Canadian. But I currently live in Germany, so I'm pretty
Oh,
international in that sense.
yeah.
And I specialize in teaching IELTS and business English. So these are my specialties.
Awesome, awesome, ma'am. And you have so much experience. And so, and when I see you at the first time, I don't know that what is your age. You look so younger.
You never ask a lady that.
Oh, okay, no, no.
But I'll text you later on about it.
Yeah, sure, sure, no problem. It's my pleasure. And ma'am, yeah, who invite you or who inspire you to become a digital creator, like more
Okay.
successful?
So that is a funny story. So I have after COVID, I quit my job at the university because I got used to working online, and then I
Hmm.
started giving lessons only online. And then one of my students, because sometimes we joke, we have these characters, you know, during the lesson.
Yeah.
I have these funny glasses, and my student was like, "Why don't you become an Instagrammer?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, maybe," and that's how I started.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
so funny. And you are now such a big influencer. I can say that over
Oh, thank
80,000
you.
followers on Instagram. So I'm so blessed, ma'am, to have you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's really, really nice of you to say that.
And
Yeah.
it is my request to my viewers that please I will provide the our Instagram link and also YouTube channel link in my description in this video description. So please check it out and go and support and show your love to this English teacher.
Yes, please. Remember to subscribe, like, and also if you have any questions, this is something that I would love to answer. Like if you have questions about English when things are confusing. So what I do on Instagram is the following. So based on my experience, there are some things that are confusing for my students, right? So for example, some of my students will ask me, teacher, do we say on the weekend or at the weekend? What
Yeah,
would you say?
I think at the weekend.
Okay. Now, this is probably because of the British influence, right? So actually, at the weekend and on the weekend are both correct. But it depends if you use American English or British English, and that would
Oh,
be the difference. So I clear such confusions. In my videos, I explain what's the difference. Also, like mainly, I know prepositions are like
yeah. And also, I can say that it is a huge confusing for the students to mistaking the prepositions, where to use at, where to use on, where to use in. A lot of problems they have.
I totally agree with you. Between us, like as a teacher, I know I shouldn't say this. If you say at the weekend, in the weekend, on the weekend, people will understand you. You know what I mean? Even if
Yeah,
it's wrong. But yeah, for your image, maybe as a professional, it's better to use the correct one. And especially if you're
definitely.
trying to take a proficiency exam like IELTS, then such mistakes, yeah, they're not really like, they're a bit frowned upon. They were
Yeah.
like, oh, you shouldn't say that.
Oh, yeah. And ma'am, it is an interesting question that when do you want to see after 5 years from down the line?
Yeah. So where do I see myself?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I'm just living in the moment. So now
that's
what
it.
I really see is I'm enjoying creating these videos. I'm
Mm.
enjoying interacting with people. I'm enjoying also helping them, answering some questions that are a little bit tricky, that were also a little bit tricky for me because,
Yeah,
sometimes as a native speaker, you don't think
yeah,
about the why, you just know it.
definitely, definitely. Yeah.
When I started teaching, when my students ask me, why is this like this? And me, like, I just know it like that because it is like that. So I'm like,
Mm.
it's because the English wanted it so. Yeah. So that was my
Absolutely.
answer.
Yeah.
And then I go and research the rules and so on. So yeah, for now, this is what I'm doing. It's just like, it's fun. It's pretty fun to do. And yeah, also sometimes what I focus on are pronunciation mistakes,
Yeah. That is
which
a
could
huge
be
problem, I think.
totally because sometimes there is a rule that doesn't make sense. Like, for example, how do you pronounce H at the beginning of a sentence?
He, like,
H.
uh, H. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so for example, at the beginning of a word, like if you have a word that starts with H, how would you pronounce it? You know?
Like, Purra, like, help,
Exactly, like help, right? But for example, if I'm going to say in one,
hour. It sounds like, oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And but people wouldn't really, they'd be like, but what's the rule? Is it because
Mm.
it starts with O? No, house also starts with O and it's followed by a U. But yeah, this one is house, this one is our,
Yeah.
just like that.
So, yeah, actually, you have to practice, then you can improve your spoken English. You have to
Totally.
practice regularly. Yeah, it is because it is a second language. Uh, so you have to practice. After when you practice something daily on a daily basis, then you can be expert on that field, I
Totally.
think.
How come your English is so good?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I a lot of practice because of a lot of practice. I do practice every day and 15 to 60 minutes, and I converse with my friends in English, and I try to chat in English on WhatsApp or on Instagram. So gradually I am improving, and there are a lot of things. And I think that learning is limitless. So I have to learn. You have to learn, and everybody should have learned.
Oh, totally. We keep learning every day. And
Mm.
as for you, like, seriously, keep up the good job. Really
Thank you,
good.
ma'am. It is my great pleasure, ma'am. And yeah, and uh, what is the what is the most and difficult, or what is the hardest thing you face while teaching digitally to the students? Have you any issue with that?
Yeah, well, that is, I think, when I teach bigger groups
Hmm.
and I split them up into pairs. So,
Yeah,
like in Zoom, you create these rooms where they can
yeah,
chat together, right?
yeah, yeah,
And most of my students, especially if they have the same native language, they would just
hmm.
speak if I'm there. If I'm out, then they start talking in
They start
Spanish,
gossiping.
whatever. Exactly. And I'm like,
True.
no, you're missing the point. So I
Yeah,
think that is like monitoring bigger groups. But that's
good.
why I think it's more useful for learners online to be in
Interaction.
smaller
Yeah, to
groups.
interact. Yeah, true. Second problem I face while learning something or while teaching something on through online. So I face network issue.
Yes. Like what happened exactly when you were given this
Exactly. Yeah,
example?
before. and connection issue also.
Yeah,
My God.
totally. That's a nightmare. And with Zoom, luckily, like I'm not promoting Zoom or anything, it tells you who has an issue, right? So it
Yeah,
tells you
exactly.
like your connection is unstable, so you know you're responsible. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. I'll fix it right away. But
Yeah, exactly. It hints, Zoom hints. I see it. And ma'am, being an influencer or being how you treat yourself to the students while meeting or while encountering someone. So how you meet, how you feel, how do you feel as a great influencer?
oh my God, this is the first time that I'm being called an influencer. It feels nice, but I just um I'm just me, and it's the
Yeah,
same. I don't think numbers of how many students you have or really makes a difference. I think it's the same.
yeah.
It's pretty much the
And
same.
also meeting with my students, meeting with my known people. It is very interacting and also it is very entertaining, right?
Totally. It's
On
very
the street.
entertaining. And what I really love about my job is that I teach mostly adults.
Mm,
And these adults are usually people who have different jobs than I do, right? So let's say
mm.
someone is a software developer, another person works in marketing, the other person is
Into the business.
exactly or is a coach. And for me, it's amazing because I teach them English, but they
Yeah,
teach me about life, or about their disciplines. And
yeah.
I find it so enriching. And I'm really, really grateful to have such amazing students.
And you are, ma'am, so humble person. I just
Oh, thank you.
feel it.
That is so nice of you. Thanks a lot.
Great, great, ma'am. And your thinking capacity, in my opinion, you will become a huge uh, digital creator who help digitally to the millions of students
I
freely.
hope so. That would be my goal, really. And my goal would be to be able to provide information that people can access, no matter of because I can understand that if you want to have a one-to-one lesson with a teacher, that could be very costly. So
Yeah,
some people cannot afford that, but they really need to succeed and want to learn, so they can have free information that is also true and real information. So because you can find a lot of, you know, fake, false.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. And
so
also a lot of courses which have no value. So yeah, it is really. And also online teaching is, and I feel that I can teach millions of people, millions of students. So it is wonderful platform, online teaching, I think. What do you think about
totally,
it?
I love that. No traffic. You don't have to worry about like as long as you're from here presentable, you don't have to worry if you have your comfy slippers on right after the lesson. You're in your home, so for example, in between the lessons, like I'm teaching and then I have to cook really fast, and I find it so
Wow.
like it's another level, like working online. I know I was talking about my perspective, but I'm pretty sure it's the same for the students, right? So
Yeah,
they don't
definitely.
waste time on traffic and so
Exactly,
on.
ma'am. Exactly. Traffic has wasted a lot of time when you travel somewhere. So it takes a lot of time, I think. So it saves, online saves much time.
Totally, money, time, energy
Definitely. Yeah.
is like it's just. I think in the future this will be totally it. Like people will be like, "What's the point of being in person? Like it's always the same." So
True, ma'am.
yeah.
The what difficulties you see in the students for their struggling for learning English?
Hmm. I have two types of students. I have the very smart students that are pretty lazy because it's easy for them, they get it, so they don't put any extra effort into it,
Mm,
and that makes their progress slower than it should be. And then I have a couple of students or some students that are shy and they're very
Yeah, exactly.
self-conscious about their speaking. So when they write or when they answer grammar questions and everything, their performance is really impressive. But when it comes to speaking, they're always questioning themselves and no, I should put the present perfect with the nobody cares. Nobody
Exactly.
cares. Just speak. you know, like let it out.
Just speak away. Then after a few days you will be fluent. Yeah. After a few months you
Totally.
will be fluent. Yeah,
It,
definitely.
it comes with practice, exactly. So just make mistakes is not important. This is your second language or third language. Who cares? Yeah. And
Yeah,
in
exactly.
time, you will learn to correct yourself and make less mistakes. So,
Definitely, definitely. And ma'am, one problem I observe a lot of students like they feel that people are going to judge them for poor English. So how to tackle with this kind of problem?
yeah, I know. I know some people are actually the problem is not the person that is self-conscious. The problem is the other person that is a little bit, you
Exactly,
know,
exactly.
judgmental, like a Karen there, like judging you, like you're
Hmm.
gonna make a mistake. um, yeah, I wouldn't care, You should
Yeah,
just
exactly.
learn to
You
laugh
should not
about
care.
yourself. Yeah. So, for example, one of my followers calls me Voldemort because of my nose that is so small, right? Um, I find it funny.
But I can't find it so small. You look
Oh no, it's not
so
so small.
gorgeous.
No, okay, okay, cool. Thank you.
You look so gorgeous. Yeah, such a
Oh, thank
wonderful
you. That is so
creature.
nice of you. But the point was like, just learn to laugh with,
Hmm.
like, if somebody is going to criticize you, it's not really about you, it's about them.
Their perspective. Yeah,
Exactly. And it shouldn't matter really to you. Like, it's their problem. You're doing your thing. It's okay. You're learning. So
yeah.
that's what I would say.
Yeah, it may be broken, it may be mistaken, but don't worry about that at the beginning.
Totally. Totally.
Okay, ma'am. And I am so blessed to have you, ma'am. And
Thank you so much for inviting
I
me.
can't express myself right now.
Aw, thanks a lot. Thanks. Now we're officially friends, okay?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to follow you. Sorry.
Thanks. I'll follow you back.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And it is very, very nice to meet you and hope to see you soon, millions of times.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna collaborate on something else. And
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing the result of this video, the
Definitely,
cut
definitely.
and everything. So yeah, cool. Thanks a lot. And
Yeah, most welcome and thank you too. And hope to hope to see you soon again and stay sound always like you and keep smiling like this.
thanks, you too. Stay safe and
Yeah,
take
yeah.
care.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thanks.